Hello, my name is Nasri.
Hello, my name is Khairul.
Hi, my name is Nadia. Hello, my name is Nidasani.
The Goods and Services Tax is a value-added tax in Malaysia. GST is levied on most transactions in the production process, but is refunded with exception of block input tax to all parties in the chain of production other than the final consumer.
Purpose rate.
Number 1. Standard rate supplies. Standard rate supplies are goods and services that are charged GST with a standard rate. GST is collected by the business and paid to the government. They can recover credit back on their inputs if their input tax is bigger than their output tax. They can recover back to the difference. Number 2 is zero rate supplies. These are taxable suppliers that are subject to a zero rate. Businesses are eligible to claim input tax credited in acquiring these supplies and GST at zero rate to the consumer. Number 3 is exempt supplies. These are non-taxable supplies that are not subject to measure GST. Businesses are not eligible to claim input tax crediting acquiring these supplies and cannot charge output tax to the consumer.
What is SST? Service tax. Malaysian service tax is a form of indirect tax imposed on certain prescribed goods and services in Malaysia, including food, drink, and tobacco, or sometimes called taxable service.
A sales tax, a single-stage tax, was levied at the import or manufacturing levels. In Malaysia, it is mandatory requirement that all manufacturers of taxable goods are licensed under the Sales Tax Act 1972. Companies with a sales turnover of less than 1,000 ringgit and companies with licensed manufacturing warehouse status can apply for certificate of exemption from licensing.
Okay, I want to tell everyone about the different about GST and SST. Okay, there are 3 points. The first is the GST is paid by all companies and SST is lived at the consumer end. The point number 2 is the service tax is taxed on consumer that are using tax services, while the SST sales that will only be imposed on the manufacturer or consumer level. Okay, point number 3 is the GST will stand at a flat rate of 6% and the SST that varies from 5 to 10% to specific tax. Alright.
Hi, I will tell you about benefit from 0% GST. First, spend less at supermarket. For mass buyer on 1st June 2018 is the beginning of a happy day just because they can spend goods at 6% less. Recently, Malaysia has seen many 0% level GST. Second, don't you know the gadget price is cheaper? Oh no, has drawback. First, most of us know the development projects such as highway, school, bridge, and clinic will be benefit the infrastructure to the public. With the zero rate GST implemented, this project will be suspended as it will cost substantially. Second, when the GST is abolished, it will affect our government revenue. According to the Pemodalan Nasional Berhad Chairman Tan Sri Abdul Wahid Omar, he said if the GST was abolished, there was a decrease in revenue of 2,000 million. As a result, our country revenue will decrease as the government does not earn much revenue because Malaysia will not pay tax.
What is single tier system? On the 1st January 2008, Malaysia adopted the imputation system, which requires the imposition of tax on the profit at corporate level and again at shareholder level. The principle behind the imputation system is to overcome the double taxation of income. Under the imputation system, companies resident in Malaysia are required to deduct tax at source at the prevailing corporate tax rate on dividend paid to their shareholders. The same income will be taxed twice if the credit is not imputed to the shareholders. Impact for single-tier system. For the benefit, first, it can reduce administrative costs and enhance efficiency for companies and government, as there is no need to maintain Section 108 balance. Second, high income bracket individuals need not pay tax on the differential between his marginal tax rate and the corporate tax rate. Also, there is drawback. First, issuer of fixed rate preference share need to ascertain whether the coupon rate specified is a gross or net rate, as there may be additional costs on payment of dividends. Second, increased cash flow for government, as companies may maximize dividend payouts during the transitional period. Comparison between single-tier dividend system and imputation system. First, for the single-tier dividend system, tax is deducted from dividend paid, credited or distributed to shareholders, while for the imputation system, no tax is being deducted from dividend paid, credited or distributed to shareholders. Second, shareholders are taxed on gross dividend received and entitled to claim Section 110 set-off for the single-tier dividend system, while for the imputation system, dividends are exempt in the hands of shareholders. Lastly, for the single-tier dividend system, tracking mechanism through Section 108 account, but for the imputation system, no tracking mechanism is required.
For situation 1, the monthly installment will be RM20,833.33. Installment dates will be March 2017 to February 2018. The final installment will be payable on 15 March 2017. Using situation 1, the amount of tax paid to RRB from March 2017 to July 2017 will be amount to RM114,160.65. The amount owing to the tax authorized based on the new estimate will be RM195,833.
What is GST?
For August 2017 to February 2018 will be RM227,976.90 per month. Under situation 3, the penalty will be amounted to 1,500.
What is tax estimate? Tax estimate is a periodic advance payment of tax based on the amount of income that is earned and the amount of the estimate tax liability that will be incurred as a result. A tax penalty enacted on an individual for not paying enough for his or her total estimate tax and withholding. If an individual has an underpayment of the estimate tax, they may be required to pay a penalty.
Also, the Notice of Assessment is an annual statement sent by the Canadian Revenue Agency to taxpayers detailing the amount of the income tax they owe. It includes details like the amount of their tax refund, tax credit, also the income tax already paid.